Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com. With your hosts, Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson.
And here we go. Look at me. I'm as giddy as a schoolgirl. I stole that from some TV show long ago. I'm Bruce Barker. There's Diana-mite.
Welcome.
And there's Scott Lucky Hudson.
No girl giddiness here, thank you.
Thank goodness.
And there's Hot Rod Bob Beck.
And I've been told to stay away from it. Schoolgirls.
What's that? What? Oh, school.
Stay away
You
from
better stay away from the schoolgirls.
In fact, he got paperwork from the court.
Yes. Both times. No.
Hey, well, welcome to the show. Here's what's going to happen tonight. Well, like I could predict any of what's going to happen on one of these shows. But coming up, we give away a free pair of VIP tickets to this weekend's NMCA West race at Pomona. That's right, a free pair of VIP tickets. We talked about this last week on the show. This is the big one, man. Come on down, see us race. We're going to have cameras all over the place, cars, Diana-mite, Lucky Hudson, stop in the vendor area, see us at the Curry Rear Ends booth, and also get that special free Speed Scene Live sticker. It's the new print, man. It looks better than ever. You can pick up a Curry catalog, too, so you can pick up then after choosing your perfect rear end.
That's right, and there's going to be all kinds of great cars, including Pro Mods, and we're watching some Pro Mods right here that are racing up in Canada, and it's going to be an exciting race. Now, tonight, we're going to announce a new sponsor to the show. We would like to welcome Hedman Hustler Headers, a great company, a lot like Curry. Hedman Hustler Headers have been around since the 50s, and they're still making high-quality, great headers right here in the United States. So we'd like to welcome them to the show. Come on down to the vendor area at Pomona, and we'll get a chance to tell you a little bit more about Hedman Hustler Headers and all that cool stuff.
Well, that's kind of a mouthful, Lucky. Can you say that like 3 times quickly?
Hedman Hustler Headers? I could, but I just started. I don't want to mess it up. You know me. I'll trip over it somehow.
And you know me, always trying to cause trouble.
Always. Now, Brian Layton will be on the show tonight with the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report, talking about the Vegas to Reno race, and Hot Rod Bob Beck will be talking about the Big Bear Fun Run. We also have some more how to get sponsored tips, and we're going to talk to George Howard about some free drag racing, and then later in the show, Joe Lapone will Pro Mod racer. He drives these kind of cars right here. Whoa. He's going to be calling in and talking about the NMCA race this weekend at Pomona. And we want to remind everybody that we will be at the Shades of the Past car show in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, September 8th and 9th. And if you live in the area, come on down, get a free Curry goodie bag, and see the Curry Race Nova in person. Heck, you can even talk to me if you want to. And we're also going to be at Cruising for the Cure car show. September 22nd in Costa Mesa, California, the world's largest one-day car show.
I'm going to stop by because I want to talk to Lucky Hudson.
What was that?
I don't get to talk to Lucky enough. Yeah. I'm going to stop by so I can talk to him.
Yeah. You are, huh? Good for you.
Look, I just want to show support for the show.
We appreciate that. And you know what? We want everybody to know the next ANRA race is going to be at the Auto Club, Bakersfield Raceway, August 24th through 26th. Come out and race with me and Lucky. And you know what? All you need to do is go to www.anra.com for more information. Later in the month, we're going to have a young lady by the name of Jessica Armstrong. She's from Off-Road Agent, and that's a company that provides PR, marketing, and sponsorship assistance. She's actually coming in studio. Her company is a dirt sports secret weapon. She's going to be talking to us on, little tidbits on how to get sponsored. So, she's going to add to what Lucky's already told us and maybe fine-tune things a little bit for you.
And then next week, Courtney Force will be with us about the Traxxas Shootout. Now, she's trying to win $100,000 in the shootout, and you can vote her in. She's already won her first Wally and Top Fuel Funny Car, and I don't know who's more excited about it, either her or her dad. Now, they've also got Scotty Richardson on the show in September. He's going to be here, and we'd like the viewers to know that you can watch Speed Scene Live TV on your Android phone now. Now, there's a link on the website. Give it a try sometime, right now if you'd like, but don't turn us off.
Yeah, well, certainly not. And by the way, if you're watching on Android or Apple operating system, the iOS. Either one works for that just fine. And if you're watching us there, you want to watch us on your main computer, we did a quick update right before showtime because, it's that kind of show, man. There's always new stuff coming in.
New stuff.
So that's right, new stuff. Go ahead. Just hit, if you want to watch it on the computer, hit refresh. That's the brand new site, fully ready to rock. And you can stream the show on your laptop or your desktop or whatever. So, yeah, it's all running right there. There you go. So, yeah, welcome to tonight's show. We're getting ready for that big NMCA event this weekend, and it's going to rock.
We're going to talk to George Howard in a little bit, but let me tell you a little bit about Hedman Hustler Headers. This is a company that was started back in the 50s, and I remember when I was in high school, the first set of headers I ever bought, I picked up a set of these Hustler headers at the super shops.
So everybody went.
Everyone to super shop.
I was the girl that used to hang out at the super shops. I mean,
really?
You never saw you never saw other girls there, but there were always cute boys. So it was like the best place for a young girl to hang out was at the super shops.
I never noticed the cute boys. I was looking for cute boys.
Well, when you're in high school and you're fixing up your car for the first time, you got that stock motor, and you're buying rims.
And you buy bling bling, all the shiny, pretty stuff.
And then you start thinking, okay, now I want to go fast. So first thing you do is you get that set of Hedman Hustler headers, and then maybe you pick up a Holly carb to, and usually that made you go faster just because all your old stuff was so crummy that, it actually worked out better.
And me, I had to get those air shocks, for the back because I put big old fat tires on my Mustang.
Are you talking about Gabriel hijackers?
Yeah. The kind that had like a little like on a tire where you just stick the air and then you would see it go up. It was the cutest little thing. I had the cutest little Mustang and had big fat tires on the back that just didn't fit.
Well, that's way back in the old days, and now I'm a serious drag racer. I no longer have air shocks on my race car, but I still like Hedman Hustler headers, and some things. Curry Rear Ends is another company that started in the 50s, and over the years it just got better and better, and this is a similar success story. In fact, tonight we're going to do some how to get sponsored tips, and I got a couple for you. I'm going to lay one on you right now because it seems relevant. When you talk to companies about sponsorship, and I know everybody, sometimes drag racers almost get desperate. They're thinking, oh man, if I could just get a sponsor.
They can taste it, Lucky.
Yeah, they want it so bad, and when it finally happens, sometimes your decision making isn't as good as it should be. You're willing to just about do anything. Now, here's the problem. Watch out for companies that really aren't good companies. There's young lady that got sponsored by a strip club a couple years ago. And
not me.
Not Diana-mite.
No.
And I'm not going to name names.
Okay.
And it was probably a very lucrative deal for her at the time. Mm-hmm. However, the strip clubs send out girls to hang around the pits.
Oh, I remember
She's a girl
this.
driver. Oh. And I think that worked against her because when people thought of her, they thought, oh, you're that girl in that strip club car.
Oh, man.
Or, you get a guy that maybe picks up a company, and I'm not making any moral judgments, but there might be some companies out there that aren't as socially acceptable as other companies. Mm-hmm. You want to stay away from that. That can give you a bad name that can stay with you and kind of taint your business plan for years to come. And what I like to do is I like to associate myself because when I am sponsored by a company, I'm representing that company. I'm part of that company, and I'm committed to that company. Curry Rear Ends, Hedman Hustler Headers, they started in the 50s. They've been out there for years and years. They've been through the ups and downs. They've been through everything. They've supported racing, supported the car industry for years. And when you're affiliated with them, the only thing it's going to do is it's going to make you look better. So, hey, stick with a good company, stick with a quality company, and it'll come back to help you. What do you think, Diana?
You mean so like these fly-by-night, drink this tonic and you're going to be energized for 8 hours. But, hey, here's a case. Go ahead and sell it. You not those kind of companies, Lucky?
Well, no, that actually that's the worst scam out there. That was a energy drink that talked racers into handing out their free product, promoting their product, run a sticker, and then later maybe they would give you money. Well, what do you know? They never did give money.
They never did. that, so I thought
they
I'd
went
throw
to
that
another
out.
racer and did it again. And then they went to another racer and said, well, you just give away a case of our energy drink and drink all you want. But
Well, you know what? I can even remember as far back into the 90s where there were hair care product companies out there that did that as well. Give away our shampoo, give away our conditioner. I mean, I thought for our team it would be great with all the hair that we have, but you know what? I'm glad we didn't get mixed up in that.
You do have nice hair, Diana-mite.
Yeah, sure.
You know, you want to be able to support a company that's going to be part of your team. That's what marketing's about. It's about being a partner. And when you promote that company, and when you go out to the racetrack and you've got Curry rear ends or M&H tires or Hedman Hustler headers on the side of your car, and people talk to you about those products, you want to be able to say good things about the products. You want to be associated. You don't want people to say, yeah, that's okay, Lucky, but don't let my kids see that.
Well, and you make a good point. You know, you can feel desperate, and you go, I got to get a sponsorship, or else I can't race or whatever. But yeah, there's always going to be that fine line. You're going to have to make that decision. And so think first, then act.
Reputable product, reputable company.
There you go.
That's right. Well, we're going to go to the phones in a minute, and tonight we are talking about the NMCA, and we've got a great pair of tickets. We've got a pair of VIP tickets that we're going to give out. Now, these tickets they're spectator admission.
Yeah.
But they're not just spectator. They're going to get you into the VIP suite in the Pomona Tower. Now, this is the same VIP suite that all the pro racers, that the people that fund John Force and all these other racers, you know, Ron Capps, the bigwigs, this is where they hang out during the finals and the Winter Nationals. You're going to get to hang out there.
And they've got air conditioning, too.
And they've got air conditioning. And you can see the track, and it's a beautiful view, and it's a fantastic facility. In addition to that, you get restricted area passes to the event, and they're going to take you down to the starting line and let you stand next to the starter for first round of Pro Street.
Ooh.
And these are the biggest and baddest door slammers on the turf right there. Diana-mite, who you got there?
Well, I've got Big Boy Charlie on line one. Charlie, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, thank you guys so much. It's good to be back. How are you?
We are good. Charlie, I hear you guys have been working really hard on the Pomona facility. You got the track looking good. You're ready for all us racers to roll in there.
I'm pretty confident. I got to be honest with you, Lucky. I was a little concerned as to whether we would have the resources to get that thing where we needed to be. But you know, we've had guys, Gene Bergstrom, Linwood Dupuis, Trey Cox, Mark Dawson. We're kind of kicked back, and we think we got this thing under control. I think the track will be very good.
Great.
Well, the Pomona facility is one of the best tracks in the country, and it's a great location, freeway close, going to be fantastic. They're telling all us racers to come in gate 17, which is the main entrance right off of Fairplex, so all us people are pulling our trailers in there, and racing starts test and tune on Friday. That's correct?
That's correct, at 9 o'clock sharp. So we have move-in on Thursday, and a lot of folks are coming in to get registered and teched, so they can be ready and in the staging lanes. So when we fire, the first pair at 9 o'clock, they're right there at the front of the lanes.
You got a lot of cars pre-entered for this event, over 400 so far, right?
We do. We're still taking a few more. We want to encourage everybody to come out and try to be a part of the event. We may be forced to run some elimination rounds on Saturday, but that's okay. That's been done before, and we'll certainly deal with it.
Hey, the bad thing about Saturday eliminations is if you lose first round, well, you got to go to bed a loser.
Well, isn't there like some buybacks, Charlie?
Yeah, we've got an opportunity to run it. We're doing a box and no box class for some of these classes that run, and if you want the opportunity to re-enter into that, I think we'll be able to accommodate those that would like to on Sunday.
It's better than towing your car all the way home after, getting such high expectations and hopes and then going out first round,
Right. So we're looking forward to it.
Well, Charlie, you provided, thanks to you and the NMCA West organization, you provided a great pair of tickets, but not just tickets. Oh, no, you guys went all over the edge, man. You made them VIP tickets.
Well, that's it, and we've got a gentleman that we're going to take very good care of, and I've got a special hostess that'll be hosting that suite most of the weekend when she's not racing. So, if I can't take care of him, Miss Diana-mite can.
Oh, are you volunteering my services, dear?
I think he's anticipating a first
I would like
runner-up
to engage your services, dear.
She is the hostess with the mostest, is what we like to say.
There she is. But we do have a winner, and I'm excited about it. And we want to take him down to be the honorary starter with the starter on Sunday morning when we run the first round of Pro Street. And man, do we have a killer field? We talked a little bit about that last week, or the last time I was on. I was in Bowling Green last week, but there's going to be some racing, and we're going to bring those folks down and let them get the touch it, feel it, see it, get the first-hand experience.
Now we're talking about the starting line, right?
That's it.
Okay.
Not the hostess?
Not the VIP.
I knew you were volunteering me for something. I just didn't know what.
Touchy-feely.
All of a sudden you tell.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Should we have the drum roll so that Charlie can make that announcement, Bruce?
Oh, so we want a drum roll, do we?
We want to thank everybody that entered. We had a lot of entries, and we threw them all in a big barrel and picked out a winner. And Diana-mite, I think you're going to let...
Charlie, would you like to announce the winner?
It is my honor to invite Mr. Larry Lim from Garden Grove, California, to join us as our VIP special guest, courtesy of Speed Scene Live.
Nice.
Wow.
Congratulations, Larry Lim.
Yeah.
Well, we will go ahead and let him know. We'll send him an email just in case he's not watching the show.
No.
And which would be horrible, though.
Yeah.
What about that winner must be present to win? Is that it?
Or must be listening to win.
Well, Larry, we hope that you are listening right now. You're going, woohoo! Woohoo! Yeah. And if you are, give us a call, 1-800-809-0802. If not, we're going to let you know. We'll send you an email, and we'll get this all squared away. And, Charlie, we really want to thank you and the NMCA West for providing this great prize for somebody.
Oh, thank you guys, and I really appreciate what you guys do over there. I mean, it's beautiful for not just Southern California, but for the entire country. You got my good buddy Joe Lapone coming on, I believe, a little bit later.
That's right.
And he's quite a legend, in his own right. And he's clear back in Pennsylvania right now and watching the show. So
and we're
excited about it.
You've got Jay Payne, famous big name pro mod racer. He's coming out to race. And so, who knows? I bet you that there's a lot of other pro mod racers, not only here in Southern California, but all around, Charlie, that are going, hey, maybe I should have entered for that race. Next time they roll around, I better be there.
Right. Well, I hope we can have some decent weather, which it looks pretty decent from this point. Might be a little toasty, but I think we're going to have a good event, just based on what I see out there, and based on kind of the just the basic feel from what we're hearing at the office.
Well, there's definitely not going to be any rain, I'll tell you that.
No.
Right.
Well, Charlie, thank you so much. We will see you there. One of our viewers sent us a message. They want to know what time gate 17 will be open on Thursday, and I believe 2 o'clock in the afternoon is the answer. Is that correct?
That is the scheduled time. If with any luck, we'll possibly beat that.
Oh,
so
nice.
That is the scheduled time, but we're shooting to beat that by an hour or so.
Charlie, if you want to come over to Irwindale Thursday night, if you get a chance, and talk about the race, you're welcome to do that.
I appreciate that very much, and might just take you up on that.
Okay.
Charlie, we will
All right.
see you out there. Thank you so very much, and we appreciate everything. And we're going to be out there ready to race this weekend at Pomona. Diana-mite will be in her car. I'll be in my car. Of course, Curry rear ends, M&H tires, but you'll now see Hedman Hustler headers on the side of both those Novas.
There you go.
All right. All
Yes.
right. Well, and don't let her slip out of those hostess duties she has
no,
up there in the suite.
I was almost thinking you were going to say something else, Charlie, and I'm glad you didn't go there, man.
In his mind, he's going there.
Yeah. He is now.
Charlie, thank you very much.
Okay, thank
Bye-bye.
you guys.
See you Friday.
Appreciate it.
Well, we got to take a break, but before we do, Diana-mite, you got somebody on the phone there?
I do. I'd like to go to line 2 and welcome George. Hey, George, how's it going?
Oh, it's going great. How y'all doing?
We're doing great.
George, you're calling in to talk about the free race that you're putting on right now, and tell us a little bit about what you got going at the track and why you're putting on a free race for the drag drivers.
Well, you know, our economy hadn't been our best, and we just, we feel it's an opportunity to let the racers that can afford to race to come out and, and race. It's, a shame to have all this good equipment parked, and, they might luck up and win them some money, and hope they do, and, it's just giving a little back, and, as promoters and track operators, I think the racers has always been good to me. I just want to give a little back and help people that need a little help, and there's, it's healthy for the sport, I think.
George, what classes are you going to be running? That's this upcoming weekend?
I got it Friday night. We have a track in Birmingham, Laster Mountain Dragway, that we just acquired a month or so ago. And we're doing a Friday night bracket program. We're going to do it that way every Friday night.
So every Friday night,
we do some heads-up street stuff on Saturday night. Run pro modifieds once a month, and we'll have different things at this track. This track was built in the '50s, and it was totally redone a few years ago by a guy named Jay Bostic, and Jay's in construction business, and he called me, I don't know, a few months ago, and I'd quit racing. I decided that I was finished, and he kept calling me, and finally we struck a deal and took this place, and it's right here at home, and I grew up racing there myself, and so something I decided to do, and I know bracket racing's fell off a lot the last couple of years, and a lot of it's to do with the economy and stuff like that. And the bracket racing is the backbone of this deal.
Now, George, you're going to do
we just decided me and my wife Sherry, we'd just step up and do a little free racing and give a little back, and we'll get it back in return. And I know that.
Good. So. Now, did you say every Friday night is going to be a free race?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow, that is
I'm doing
fantastic.
a race. I used to years ago. I started out a series called the B&M Racers Appreciation Series, which we traveled all over the country doing this, and it was the first organized big bucks bracket or any kind of bracket series that I started out. I didn't have any sponsors or anything. I went to Rockingham, North Carolina at Steve Earwood's place, and I called Steve, and I knew Roy Hill pretty good. I didn't really know Steve very well at the time, and told him I wanted to rent his track. He asked me what I wanted to do, and I told him, and he told me and everybody else I was crazy. I wanted to have 2 5-granders for $25.
Wow.
Gee.
And
kind of hard to afford that. You need to get some good sponsors behind you.
Well, George,
I had no sponsors.
George, tell us a little bit about the race going on at Memphis.
Okay, the race in Memphis, we got 2 5s and a 20-grander for $50.
Wow.
So for $50, you got a shot at winning $25,000, $25, and $30. Gee, wow. That's a lot of money.
And that's April 21st through the 23rd, September 21st through the 23rd. And that's called the B&M Racers Reunion Race. A lot of people, for 10 years I had that series, and it was really good, and I wanted to do a reunion race, and I planned this several months ago, and then we're going to do a memorial foot brake race for my old buddy Steve Taylor. It's going to be a 32-car invitational only, and there's no entry fee to it. It's just the 32 people that we accept to be in this deal, and we're going to do it in Steve's memory. And he was a great foot brake. He was just a great racer and a good person, and wanted to do a little something for him. He used to follow the B&M series, and so we're going to have that'll be on Saturday morning, along with the 20 grander. Mr. Taylor at BTA is give away a transmission and converter. He's going to let me give away anyway. I want Greg at FTI. A lot of people, guys like y'all, Speed Scene, you support racing so much. We want to give a little back, and this is a chance for people to really race for some big bucks for $50.
Well, George, I appreciate that. It really makes me feel bad because now I got to cut you off and move along because we're running out of time, and now I'm going to feel bad doing that. But
but we want to thank you for calling in and giving us this information. We'll continue to promote your races on what's going on and let everybody know. Where would they go to get more information, George?
They can go to my website, which is lastermountain.net. That's the only thing I've got for a website right now. You can go to dragraceresults.com and see our flyer on our reunion race in Memphis.
Okay.
And, that's Scott helps me a lot with that, and with dragraceresults.com. So that seems to be where everybody goes for bracket racing.
Oh, sure, and we love dragraceresults.com. We're 100% behind those guys there, and we're glad they're promoting your races.
Well, George...
Right, and they do a great job just like y'all do, and I do appreciate your time, okay?
Thank
you, George. And you know what? I'll call you later, and we'll talk some more about that Memphis race on the Speed Scene Live show when it gets a little closer.
Hey, thanks, guys. Thank y'all very much.
You.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bruce, let's take a commercial break, and when we come back, we've got Hot Rod Bob, and we've got Brian Layton, and we got Joe Lapone, and man, there's just so much stuff going on.
And so little time, Lucky, so little time.
Diana-mite, or actually, I call you hostess, Diana-mite?
You can call me whatever you want, Lucky.
Awesome.
Just don't call me late to dinner.
We'll
or
be
dessert.
Right back. Dessert.
I am Randy Walls, and when I'm not on fire, I watch Speed Scene Live.
Hi, this is Heather. Hi, this is Denise. And we're here with Layton Racing.
Off-road racing with Bryant Layton. Tune in every week to Speed Scene Live TV to find out what's going on in the world of off-road racing.
Coming up next, we have Bryant Layton on Speed Scene Live with the Off-Road Report.
Whether you have a hot rod that needs more hustle or a muscle car that needs more muscle, if it's more power you want, Hedman has it. Since 1954, Hedman headers have worked harder, fit better, and lasted longer than the new guys on the block. In fact, Hedman headers are so tough, they're guaranteed for life. So log on to Hedman.com tonight, because if it's more power you want, Hedman has it.
For over half a century, Curry rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Curry lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Curry gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Curry expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Curry's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Curry Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Curry rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at curryenterprises.com. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Oh, yeah, and it's another Tuesday night. You're live with Diana-mite. We've got Scott Lucky Hudson in the house. We've got Bruce Barker over there. And we've got Bob Beck. I was testing you on the cameras there a little bit, Bruce.
Is she gonna
I'm the old guy.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Which way is she going to go? Well, hey. We all want to let you know that we're going to have Courtney Force.
What?
Courtney?
The one and only Courtney Force calling in next week. She's going to talk all about her big win out there at the, how am I going to say that, Lucky? The Traxxas
Shootout.
The Traxxas Shootout. And you know what? She's going to talk all about how she needs your vote. Right, Lucky?
That's right. She needs to get into the Traxxas Shootout, and if she does, she'll get a shot at $100,000.
$100,000. What is she going to do with $100,000?
Buy shoes.
Take me shopping, girl. If we get you in that, you need to take me shopping.
Well,
it's a weekend of racing.
She's got her first win now. She's got her first win in Top Fuel Funny Car. And, Bob, I don't know who was more excited. I watched it on TV. I don't know her or her dad, John. Her dad was just freaking out, which very, very reasonable reaction, Proud dad. It's great to see him support her like that. So, it's all good. It's all good. Now, Bob, we're going to get into your segment right after Brian Layton, because we've got Brian Layton in the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report, and he's going to talk to us about a race that happened at the Las Vegas to Reno race. So
that's a neat place.
That's a neat race. In fact, Diana-mite, have you got Brian Layton on hold there?
I do got Brian Layton on hold. Brian's on line one. Brian, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
How is the drag racing community tonight?
Oh, we're hot and heavy. We're ready for Pomona, baby.
Yeah.
There's really not that much going on last week in off-road, but this weekend is Vegas to Reno. Last year, Steve Strobel overhauled it in his trophy truck and did an absolutely amazing job. And the greatest thing about Steve is he's actually from Nebraska. So most of the off-road racers are, towards Baja and stuff like that, in California, Arizona, and Nevada, but Steve is the Nebraska boy. He overhauled it last year, did a great job, and Saturday they take off. This is the longest race in the U.S. It's 550 miles, and it starts in Las Vegas, ends up in Reno.
Jeez.
And it's an absolutely great race, and we're going to have some footage of it next week. We're really excited about it.
They have gas stations along the way?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That race is it's really fun. You can actually chase it with one truck and an RV.
Really?
You can load up the RV and go up 95 from Las Vegas the whole way chasing it, and there's only one stop that you can't beat the chase or the race truck to the next one. So it makes it a lot of fun, and a lot of people, load up an RV and they have one chase truck and they go for it.
That is nice, and I like the fact that it's in America instead of being south of the border. All the money that gets spent all gets spent right here in the United States.
Yeah, and you know what? Speaking of the Mexico races, Score came out with their schedule for next year, and there's only going to be 3 races. Score will not be racing in America at all next year.
Holy cow!
The San Felipe 250, the Baja 500, and the Baja 1000. That's all they're going to do.
Mickey's going to be rolling over in his grave.
You know what, though? The Score puts on the best races in Mexico. They're seriously, really, really good. And I'm excited to say I'm still in the litigation part of my contract, but it looks like I will be racing the Baja 1000 this year.
Nice. Hey, wow.
So, nice. Yeah, I'm going to be riding in a trophy truck the whole way.
Awesome.
Right. So, they're strapping you into a trophy truck.
Yeah, I'm going to be navigating for somebody, and I'll announce it as soon as the contract's done.
Oh, awesome. So you get to be the manual GPS.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's the brain. You're going to be the brain, right?
Well, you know what? It's one thing. There's not that many people that ride and drive, and I'm really one of those people that have been lucky enough to learn both seats, and I can ride with people and I can drive the cars. And it's it's an honor to be asked to do it, and it's a paying job, so it's even better.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And you're a better co-driver because you have been a driver and you know the ins and outs of both positions.
Yeah, I've been going through Baja for the last 13 years, and I really know it. And it's a peninsula run this year, so we go all the way down to La Paz, and it's going to be a great race in November. And I'm looking forward to it already. And I wish I was racing Vegas Reno. I'm not racing it, but I'm going to go spend some time with my kids down here in Canyon Lake.
Nice. Well, Brian, great job on the PRP Seats and Belts Off-Road Report, and we'll look forward to hearing more from you next week.
Sounds good, guys. Talk to you then.
All right. Sounds great. Now we're going to go all the way from Las Vegas to Reno, take a short detour, head up into the mountains, and take us up to some elevation with Hot Rod Bob Beck.
And his gas.
And my gas. Hi, I'm Bob Beck, and you've got gas here on Speed Scene Live. I got out of the heat, away from the shake and bake part of L.A., and went up to Big Bear Mountain for their annual Big Bear Fun Run. They have 508 parking spots, and they were sold out by early April. This is a by entry only show, and these are some of the winners of some of this great show. They set up the big flags behind. They do the award presentations on Sunday. There were 506 cars in 508 spots.
Man,
and they were full.
Wow.
The downtown area was just loaded with hot rods, customs, muscle cars. Here's a Cobra Factory 5 machine that won one of the classes. Beautiful shot from the guys at Bergstrom Photography of the winners of this event. And there's a beautiful reflection of the flag in the cars there. I'll tell you what, it was just an amazing day. Weather was great. We left here in L.A. at 106 degrees, got up the mountain. It was 89 degrees in Big Bear.
Nice.
Now, we did get cooled down a little bit on Saturday, so the show's name changed from the car show to Car Show and Car Wash, as it poured rain on Saturday, but cleared up just in time to make the big cruise around Big Bear Lake. I led 500 cars around with the AAA tow truck, and it was just an amazing sight to see. For as far as you could see, people were lined up on the side of the road to watch the hot rods and customs and muscle cars all go down around the lake. Then one of the ladies from Edelbrock, she decided to start an impromptu burnout contest.
Uh-oh.
And so we had guys getting their official mug for the show by being on the cruise and then doing a little bit of burnout action. And so we had fun around the lake.
Nobody got in trouble for that, though, right?
No one got in trouble. As a matter of fact, the city supports the whole event, and they shut the streets down. They blocked them off. Everyone from the city is there. The mayor picked a gorgeous 33 Ford Tub. It had flames done by our friends at Extreme, and it had leather interiors, candy red, beautiful machine. This is just one of the streets that were lined up with cars. This is one of the back lots, and there were tons of cars everywhere.
Wow.
This beautiful GT40 cruised around the lake with us, and it was neat to see. And it has multi-carb, downdraft car. Yeah, even the dogs brought their cars.
Yeah, there's one that was tipped sideways for a better display.
Yeah, how do you get the dog to stay in?
It was a bank turn. It was a centrifugal force.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what it was. We had everything from stockers to hot rods to race cars. As a matter of fact, one of the guys built a NASCAR-style Chevelle, and he was one of the award winners. There were Studebakers. There were Terraplanes. There was a Willet that came in from Vegas. How about a taxi?
Hey, ooh.
You know, Bob, that area up there is such a nice place with the lake, and the weather's cooler, and it's such a beautiful location for an event like this.
It is, and it happens every year. I believe this was their 20th year, and you can see it got a little moist out there for a while. This was the start of the parade, and that beautiful Plymouth just cruising along in the wet. And, you know, cars don't shrink in the rain. We had fun. Here they were lining up to get ready for the parade, and there's the beginning of the parade. Can you imagine seeing all these cars, 500 cars in a row? We gave out about 450 mugs during the cruise.
Man, the sound must have been amazing.
It was. You know, the open hitters on some of the cars, to the great exhaust pipes, to the tires spinning and the smoke traveling into the air.
Oh, it must have got chilly for the dog.
It did get chilly. Yeah, the Greyhound got its own sweater.
A little wiener wrap there, huh?
Dave Parker was there. Yeah,
I don't know if it goes that far back.
Yeah. No, it wasn't just cars that were going on. Yeah, it could be. You never know. I don't know what gender
that looks like my spot.
That's your spot,
Sweet.
Yeah. These are the flames on the car that won Best Flame, the mayor's pick.
Oh, okay.
That was done by Extreme, just like their coupe. This had those fire-type flames.
The new style type flames.
He got the mayor's award, but he was picked for 4 different awards. I said, no, you can only get one.
You know that Extreme Automotive, you're talking about the company out of Norco, Corona
That's
area?
It. Those are the guys.
They are such a great company, and I've gone to some of their functions there, open houses and Christmas parties, and the quality of workmanship is second to none. And that company wins at like Oakland Roadster shows and all these different events. they're quality. There's just no excuses, no second best, only the best.
There I am cruising in the AAA tow truck.
Oh, cool!
I led the parade in the AAA's hot rod tow truck.
What a picture with the leg and the mountains.
Yeah,
and the legs,
and the legs, and the legs, and the legs, and the flames, and the look at the water in the background. I mean, it's great. The Loch Ness monster did come out for one of the photos. I don't know. No,
the photoshopped Loch Ness.
The Photoshop, yes.
He shows up even less seldom.
Yes, but it was beautiful. Look at that rainbow. I mean, it was just exquisite. One day when it rained 2 days. It rained Saturday and Sunday for a time. The temperatures dropped from the mid 80s down to the 60s in a matter of minutes.
Isn't it amazing? You know, is this the car you're talking about?
That is the car.
Holy cow!
That is such a beautiful car. Now, you know, if they had a hard luck trophy, he would have got that too, because as he pulled into line to go around the cruise, the radiator popped.
Oh man!
And he just had it built 2 days before.
But not by Automotive Extreme.
No, they didn't do that. So he took it back to a place down in Palm Desert where he lived. I mean, the guys that were at this show were from everywhere. And that guy came up from Palm Desert in that car. It had no top, no air conditioning.
Wow.
I mean, it was roasty toasty.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. People all over the United States right now watching the show are going, man, I wish we could get some rain. It's been a hot summer everywhere.
And so it was pouring.
Yeah, it's nice. You got a little taste
Look
of
at
that.
this picture here. This is beautiful. This is a Volkswagen
a little combi
van.
bus, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look at that.
Isn't it? Now, this truck combination is everywhere. This guy drives this thing every place. It's an old Ford Cam over, and he's got either his hot rod or the panel on the back. And he cruises to every show I go to. Doesn't matter where it is. This guy drives that
Is
thing.
he a stalker? Is he stalking you, Bob?
No, well, only when he wanted collector car insurance, but we took care of that.
Look at these young girls. They're rocking here.
They were rocking, and the age of this group that started at 14 to 19, and they serenaded everybody just before the award presentation.
Good for them.
What kind of music?
They played rock and roll, country. They had a whole variety of music. They played for about half hour, 45 minutes.
Nice.
What do you know?
Oh, that's
But
great.
it was a great day up in Big Bear. If you get a chance, check out the Big Bear Fun Run. If you want to get into this show for next year, and it's tight, you've got to enter before April. Get on their website. Entries open up in around beginning of February, beginning of March, somewhere in there, and they sell out really quick. You've got to get your entry in. Each spot is marked. You don't have to go power parking. They assign you a spot. When they get your entry, that's your spot all weekend.
Nice. Well organized. Well, Bob, great segment. And this is the, what's the name of this show again?
It's the Big Bear Fun Run.
Big Bear Fun Run with Hot Rod Bob Beck and the Great American Auto Scene. Bruce, let's take a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Joe Lapone, Pro Mod Racer, with some great history at the Pomona track. You can watch him this weekend at NMCA.
Oh, man, I liked watching him when he was a pro stock driver.
Nice. We'll be back.
Hey, this is Carrie Hart driving the U2 truck, and you're watching Speed Scene Live.
M&H Tires, makers of racing tires that give you the best bite for the buck. You've paid a lot for that horsepower. Make sure you use it all. M&H Tires has the best compounds available for maximum traction. Go to m&htires.com. That's m-a-h-tires.com. Buy direct and save at the website and mention the Speed Scene for a 5% discount. That's right, m&htires.com. Call them at 661-324-4773. M&H Tires has tech guys ready to answer your questions or to recommend the best tire for you. Slicks or DOT. M&H Tires has it all. M&H were the first to create racing tires for muscle cars and also the first to create racing tires for sport compact cars. Legendary M&H Tires. Shop online. Mention the Speed Scene and save 5%. Get the best racing tires, great personal service, and save 5%. Go to mandhtires.com or call them at 661-324-4773. mandhtires.com.
Whether you have a hot rod that needs more hustle or a muscle car that needs more muscle, if it's more power you want, Hedman has it. Since 1954, Hedman headers have worked harder, fit better, and lasted longer than the new guys on the block. In fact, Hedman headers are so tough, they're guaranteed for life. So log on to Hedman.com tonight, because if it's more power you want, Hedman has it.
That has served to defend our great country and our freedom. All of us here in the United States of America would like to offer our sincere appreciation for all that you do and all that you've done. To every family that has made a sacrifice for us, we thank you. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, the Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and the Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Lucky. I'm over here with Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, Hot Rod Bob Beck, and we want to welcome Hedman Hustler Headers. Come on out to the Curry vendor booth this weekend, and I'll give you some Hedman Hustler stuff, like some stickers, some catalog, stuff like that.
How about information on why people should put Hedman Hustler Headers on their vehicle?
We actually have a CD disc that I can hand you that you can put in your computer, and it's a complete catalog right there on a disc.
You know, it's funny, those headers, too, because it was one of my first cars. It was a Mustang with a little motor, and lo and behold, I bought my first set of headers. And it was Hedman Hustler headers.
Nice.
And then it was a different Mustang, and I think I'd run out of money or something. I can't remember. I was just trying to sell the
happens.
cars. Yeah,
it happens.
I had to buy a cheap pair of headers. Cheap set of headers. Same engine, different car. They were junk.
The fit.
Yeah, the fit was
every
terrible.
time you change the spark plugs, you're cussing. And
and I had I even had to file out some of the the openings to get it to fit right. And I said, it's Hedman Hustler from now on. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Hey, now next week we've got Courtney Force. So if you got any questions, shoot us an email or send us something on our Facebook page. If you got something you want us to ask Courtney, or hey, why not just call in while she's on the show? I guess you could do that too. Well, listen. We've been doing some sponsor tips, and we're going to talk to Joe Lapone, Pro Mod Racer. You know, I saw Joe Lapone up at Bakersfield driving this car, and I didn't talk to him, and I didn't know who he was, but he had this really, really bad, nice-looking car. Bad or nice?
Come on, make up your mind.
I was going to say bad something, and then I changed my mind, and I thought, I better clean it up. But, hey, let's do some sponsor tips. And one of the things that I tell people about sponsor tips is the main thing about being sponsored is you have to sell products for your sponsor, right? That's your whole purpose in life.
It's called ROI, Lucky.
Return on investment.
They want to make sure they're getting their money's worth.
Now, here you got a shot of the Curry booth out at Bakersfield.
Who's that signing autographs?
We just happen to have a celebrity in the booth, Brett Wagner from the Pastime TV show, and we had him in the studio just a little while ago. Great guy, wonderful personality, and the people love him. They were lining up like crazy to get autographs.
It was kind of cute how people were like standing and pointing, and they recognized him.
Yeah, and probably some are going, is that really him?
A lot were. They're like, is that guy?
Is that the real swag?
But the reason I'm showing you this is actually a good shot of the booth, and you see the easy ups, the tables, the
Very
banners.
professional.
Very professional presentation. Of course, the race cars are there. The Curry rear ends are set up on a rack there. We're promoting our company. We're handing out stickers. We're handing out catalogs. We're letting people come by and not just meet celebrities, but actually touch the products that the company's selling. We like them to come out and show them how good the quality is and why that quality is so good, and tell them a little bit about the Curry story, about how they started in the 50s. I think 1959 was the year they started. And, you start from there and you end up in a car like this, a beautiful, fast Pro Mod. You got to have that power, that strength. So we like to show the products off. By doing that, a lot of people look at the products and go, wow, I had no idea this stuff was so good, or it was built so nice, or, the quality's so good. We hand them a catalog, we get them some stickers. This is the real deal of why you're being promoted by your sponsor, why that sponsor's paying you to go out to the races. It's not just, I'm going to put his name on the door. You have to work at it. And a lot of people don't want to work at it. They don't want to make personal appearances. I had a guy talk to me on the internet the other day that said, yeah, but it's such a hassle. I have to go and make appearances with my car.
Oh, man.
And then if I want to leave and come back later, nobody's watching my car. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is, why are you leaving?
Right.
Yeah. If your car's there, you should be there, because you should be talking to people about your sponsor. And also, how could it possibly be bad to hang out with great people, have your car there, talk about your sponsor, talk about racing, meet new people,
and get paid for it, Lucky.
And get paid for it. I mean, I don't understand the downside here. Maybe there's something I'm missing, but I love to go out to these events. I love to promote, and you've got to do that kind of stuff. You got to work at it. You got to put the time in. Of course, you want to do this to go racing. You want to, like this car right here, big burnout. This is actually the fastest Pro Mod in the world right now. He set the record, I think, in ET and mile per hour.
What's that say? Maggot Coat. Boy, you can sure read that good, can't you?
Yes. And, you got to promote your sponsor. You got to go out. You got to do the work, and that's what I do. That's why if you're going to be sponsored, you have to make that commitment. I want this job. I want to do a good job for my sponsor, and I'm going to do whatever it takes. Now, if it means putting their products in your trailer, setting up booths, going to car shows, making personal appearances, going to places where you can set up your car and talk to people.
They're not just going to give me money just for the heck of it, Lucky?
Well, maybe you would. Maybe for you. Because you're the hostess of the mostess.
Yeah, that is
no, but I'm just being facetious, because that's what so many people think. Well, hey, you know what? I'll just throw their name on my door and they should just throw money at me. It doesn't work that way. It's a give and take thing here, you guys. To get a little, you got to give a lot.
Yeah,
so,
it's not just showing up at the racetrack with their sticker on your car. Mm-hmm. It is whatever it takes to market their product and show the product off with your car.
Exactly. You know what? It's like putting their logo on your race shirt, looking professional in that race shirt, so that when you win and you're holding up that trophy and you're thanking everybody, come on, look at John Force and all his children and drivers. I mean, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is blah 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 Ford, blah 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 blah. I mean, they talk about all their sponsors because they know who pays their bills. It's as simple as that. And if you want to be like that or similar and get any type of funding for your racing, you're going to have to do the same thing, right, Lucky?
Yeah, that's right. And maybe what I'm doing isn't exactly what they want. Maybe they have a different concept. Maybe they have a different idea. Maybe there's a different way that works best for you. There's a lot of different ways to get the word out, to promote a company or a product. There's a lot of things you can do. So maybe it doesn't have to always be exactly what I'm doing. What I do is I try to do every single thing I can. I want to be the James Brown of sponsorships. I want to be the hardest working man in drag racing. And so, I try to do everything. I try to work as hard as I can. My sponsors I love it when a guy comes back to me and says, you just keep working, don't you? You just never stop working. And I say, yeah, that's right. That's what I want to do. So, speaking of guys that never stop working, we've got one of the best drivers out there, Diana-mite. Why don't you bring that young man
Let's go to line 1 and welcome Joe Lapone. Joe, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Hey, Joe, welcome to the show. You got that big radio voice.
Ooh, he does. I was like, damn, when I answered that phone. I'm going to meet that guy this week.
When I raced Pro Stock, I used to do the pre-race ceremonies and stuff, and you go to different newspapers and radio stations, and I always got at least one job offer. But
how about that?
Exactly what was that job offer, Joe?
Well, Diana-mite's got a job offer for you. Now, Joe, we got a picture of your Duster. Bruce, leave it on here right now.
Okay.
And this is a great-looking car. I saw this car at Bakersfield for the first time, and it's just beautiful.
Oh.
Tell us a little bit about the car.
Oh, it's a 70 Duster. Jerry Bickle built the car. Of course, Darrell Hubbard bought the car for me for the team. It has a 4-speed Lenco transmission in it. It's powered by a 903 cubic inch engine built by Pat Musey out of Carteret, New Jersey. It has 4 stages of nitrous oxide. It's a 5-second car, probably. We only have 6 runs on it, though, but we went 243.41 miles an hour, which is 4th quickest speed of anybody with a nitrous car.
That's fast. That's fast. And you know what I like about this car, Joe? It's got that nostalgic look, that cool look, but it's swoopy and aerodynamic, and it remains competitive with all the Corvettes and all the other body styles.
Yeah, you know, we went from we had a 70 Camaro. Darrell Hubbard had a 70 Camaro when I first started racing with him, and it was on the heavy side. So this car became available, and Darrell said, you know, let's get it. So we got it.
What is heavy for a car like this? What's light?
To run an MCA, we have to weigh 2,475 pounds.
With driver ready to go?
With driver ready to go after the run.
Okay.
And it burns approximately a gallon of fuel and 7 pounds of nitrous oxide on a run.
Wow.
So, there we go with the thing. My wife said don't say
Yeah, don't say
So basically you get a quarter mile to the gallon is what you're telling us.
Yes, a quarter mile per gallon.
Now, Joe, let's talk a little bit about the past, okay? Let's talk about you and history. You're a very successful driver. You've done very well at the Pomona track where you will be racing this weekend. Tell us a little bit about some of your history at Pomona.
It's my first national event came there in Pomona at the World Finals in 1985. It was powered by a Bill Jenkins engine in my car. I've been number 1 qualifier there in 86. I've been runner-up 3 times. It's always been a really good track for me and how I drive and tune. It's one of my favorite tracks, only because of the people. The California people, you know, everybody thinks, well, they're nitro cars, but they're very educated people. And the way the Pro Stock cars, you know, are right now, nothing wrong with them, but they're pretty much cookie-cutter cars. When I was doing it in the 80s, you know, we had Bob Glidden with his Ford, and the Dodge boys with their nitrous Chryslers, and Butch Leal with a Pontiac, and there was brand identity then, you know, and right now, I hate to draw this analogy, but it's very similar to NASCAR. They're all the same bodies. You put different decals on them, and that becomes the car. Yeah. The new Camaro, of course, you know, has an identity now, and Larry Morgan's Mustang. So they're all good. But Pro Mod's up there. I'm really excited to go back there because we get to bring Pro Mod to the West Coast. NHRA has a Pro Mod series, but they don't race in Pomona. Excuse me. So all the West Coast people get to see the Pro Mod cars. Which are pretty much the fastest accelerating gasoline power cars, you know, in the world. You were mentioning Mike Maggio. Unfortunately, he'll be here with his son's car with a roots blower. When he set the speed record, he'd use a screw blower, and he's going 261 miles an hour, which is just unbelievable.
Very successful.
Yes, very successful. And this is sort of payback time for him because he's bringing his son with a roots blower. So now we get to show him what a nitrous will do. We had to watch his belt go fast. Now he gets to watch our bottles go fast.
now, Joe, how long did it take to put this new car together?
The car, believe it or not, it was Darrell and myself, Greg Holman, who is REF Headers. He built a set of headers for us and stuff. We put it together probably in just under 2 weeks.
Wow!
It was,
2 weeks.
It already had an engine in it before, and you know everything pretty much fell into place.
Now, how about sponsors? Who's helping you with this car? It's a bad boy, and it looks great, and it runs great. At Bakersfield, you were really moving. What companies are involved with you?
Well, Darryl Hubbard owns D-Bar-D Racing, and obviously is the primary sponsor. Owning the car and the team. Darryl's in the trucking and in the farming and developing land and stuff. We got a lot of help from Edelbrock. We have their nitrous system on there. We have their control box, their ignition control box. Excuse me. We run their regulators and nitrous oxide system. MSD helps us. We have their ignitions, and we're doing some testing for them this weekend with some new products. And the thing about this is always good. When you get people like that in the industry, you come up with ideas, they'll make you a product, and then they sell the product. So one hand washes the other. And excuse me. And we're working on getting a primary sponsor because this big, beautiful purple door is available right now.
So you guys are open. If there's a company out there that would like to be on board with you and be part of your team, you're open to having a sponsor step on board.
Yeah, well, we're basically looking for, is someone that wants us to be their salesperson. I've been sponsored by General Motors, by Chevrolet, by Summit in the past, Easy Water, JOB, all these people. But it was never that I wanted money to go racing. I wanted money to be the best salesperson they have. And I'm ready to hook up with a company to show them how well we can sell with this 70 Duster from the D-Bar-D Racing stable.
Nice. Now, this weekend, we're going to get to see you race at Pomona. Hey, hopefully we'll get a chance to do an interview with you on camera and maybe show that on the show next week. Or maybe we'll get a shot of you in the winner's circle with that big purple Mopar behind you. That would be great.
I mean, the thing that's the other thing about the people that come this weekend. I mean, there's John Mahovich, there's Scotty Oaks, there's Turbo Cars, there's Mike Bowman just went 618 with a 69 Chevelle with twin turbochargers. I just found out last week that Jay Payne, the Alcohol Funny Car champion's coming with his Pro Mod car. So, I mean, there's always going to be something there for someone to see to identify with the turbocharged cars. Plus, there's a great car show. There's a swap meet. It's just, a full myriad of things to do.
Well, there's so much going on. Now, we're up at the top of the hour. We're running out of time, but we want to let people know, come out to the NMCA West event this weekend, and you can watch Joe drive this car. You can go by his pit. You can shake his hand and say, hey, I heard you on Speed Scene Live. Is your voice really that deep? Joe, thanks so much for calling in, and we'll catch up to you this weekend at Pomona.
Alrighty, thank you very much. And remember, kids out there, street racing is not drag racing, so come out to Pomona.
That's it.
Thank you.
Right. Good call. Well, I think that's it. We're out of time. This weekend, Pomona, NMCA. Go to nmcadigital.com if you need more info. But just come on down. Come on down.
You know what? If you can't race, come down to spectate. Come say hi. We've got plenty of Speed Scene Live stickers to, hand out. I saw that big, beautiful purple car, and, I think there needs to be a Speed Scene Live sticker on that, Joe. You better look me up, because I'm going to be looking for you with a couple stickers, boy.
Well, I might need a Speed Scene Live.
I can't go that low.
No, you
I can't do
go
it.
that low.
I tried.
But he sure can. And I like it.
He and Barry White can do it, yes.
There you go.
Right. Well, that's about it, huh, Bruce? You going to take it away?
Look at this. We are on the serious time squeeze. Hey, stay tuned. Of course, we got details coming up on future shows, all that great stuff. Right now, we got to jump into an encore presentation of the show you're watching the tail end of right now. Just the tail end as it trails off, and we say, wait a minute, let's do this again. And stand by, because 6 days, and 23 hours from right now, it all does begin again. Hey, for now, hope you have a great week, and we'll see you this weekend at the races. All right, good night.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and TheFoat.com.